Good afternoon, African Confessions. Welcome back to another episode here. We are back again. I had said that the team should take a break because some of the confessions, some of them, they are heartbreaking. Some of them, they are scary. So here and there, I was telling them to take a break, the guys that translate the stories for us. So the message that we received, there is a story that I want to share with you guys. Strange things do happen in this world. So the story, it reads like this. Hello, Brother Nashi, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? My brother, I want to share with you my own confession. So currently, I am staying in a foreign land, but I am staying with this other guy who is also from Zim. I am from Zim as well. So we met in this country where I am currently staying. But my brother, there are two questions that I want you to ask to your listeners on my behalf, and I hope that they are going to give me a good response. So this guy, when I calculate from the time that we started sleeping together, not using any protection, this is about a year that we have been sleeping together, not using any kind of protection at all. So the problem is that I am on medication. I take this HIV medication because I am HIV positive. So I do not know, is he at a higher risk since I am sleeping with him, not using any protection. And as for now, like when I take my medication, I do not skip any day at all. So maybe he is safe. Please help me. So ever since that I started sleeping with him, not using any protection, I thought that eventually he was going to get sick. But so far, everything seems to be okay. He is not sick and he is okay. He has never been to the clinic. So I think that he is safe. But it worries me each and every time when we sleep together, not using any kind of protection. The part that is only boring about this guy is that when I look at him, he has no plans at all to go to my village back home in Zim so that he can meet up with my own relatives, because I want him to pay something for my bride price so that I can feel comfortable. But he's just staying with me for free. He's treating me like I am his wife, but I am not yet legally his wife. So when I saw that this guy, he has no intentions of marrying me anytime soon, was when I started to date this other guy, but he's an older guy. He's much older than I am. But when I look at this guy, he is in love with me and he has promised me that he is going to marry me. So each and every time when we sleep together, I always make sure that I insist that he wears the protection, even though he has been begging me to sleep with me without using any protection. But I do not want to infect him because I do not know if I am going to infect him or not. And at the same time, I am actually keeping it as a secret from him because I do not want to lose him, for I love him with all of my heart. Please assist me. That is my second question. This older guy, if I reveal my status to him, will he still love me, or is he going to dump me? Because I can't lose him. He has been giving me a lot of money and he has so many plans that he has for me. So I do not know. As for the guy that I am staying with, I feel in my heart that I do not love him anymore because he does not want to pay the bride price for me, and he does not know that I am also taking this medication. These pills, my brother, that I take, I actually keep them in the house. I keep them hidden somewhere in the house, and he has never found these pills. Whenever it is time for me to go and collect my pills, what I do is that I just lie to him and I tell him that I am not going to work today. Then when he is gone to work, I'll rush to the clinic and quickly return back home. So he has never found out that I am actually taking this medication. So please, can you ask your listeners about these two questions? If it is possible for someone to infect someone with an HIV when you are on your medication, and when you are faithfully taking your medication on a daily basis, will you be at a higher risk of infecting someone? And the other question is, should I tell my second boyfriend that I am actually HIV positive. Is he going to accept me? So my brother, that is my first story. I'll send you another story as well. So dear listeners, right there was the first voice note that our dear sister sent to me. Then the following story, it comes from the second voice note that she sent to me. She said, "Hello, Brother Nash, how are you? Can you please post my own story as hidden identity? I do not know on which platform you are going to be sharing my story, but I just said, let me send my own story to you so that it can serve as a warning to the ladies out there. They need to be very careful. If you are a married woman or if you are in a relationship with your boyfriend, if things start to go bad in your relationship, I beg you and I beg you ladies out there, never go to these white garment prophets, especially if they are guys. Rather, go to a woman who is a prophetess. At least she won't do bad things to you. This is what happened to me. When me and my husband, when we were fighting, because I got married the first time, then I got married the third time. So when I was still with my first husband, there was a time that in my marriage, I saw that my husband never loved me a lot. And the reason as to why he was not in love with me anymore, it was because of my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law was someone who was controlling and talkative, so she started to cause problems in my marriage. And I said, let me go to this other prophet, because I had been told that along the Chitungwiza highway that goes to Chitungwiza, there is this other farm that is called Ivan's farm that is in Harare. So at that farm, that is where I had been told that there was a very powerful white garment prophet. So I said, let me go and speak with this white garment prophet. But what I didn't know is that the moment that I was being assisted by this prophet, he had already started to lust after my body. And at that time, I never thought that he was going to do this to me, because this man, he had 2 wives that he had with him at that time. So the day that I went to that farm to be prophesied by that prophet, he then told me that he was going to do some prayers for me. All that I wanted was for my husband to return back to me. But the charms or the prayers that this prophet did was to make sure that I would just feel very weak whenever I would think about my husband. I would feel that I don't care for him anymore. But deep down in my heart, I still loved him. And even right now, me being HIV positive, I blame this prophet, because what happened was, after I had started dating this prophet, when I dumped this prophet, that was when I got involved with another man who was HIV positive. It was only after that man had married me, my second husband, that was when I realized that I was HIV positive. And in my heart, there is so much bitterness. And I pray that each and every day, when this man will die, this prophet who did this evil thing to me, when he dies, I wish that God is going to give him his punishment. So because of the prayers that he was using on me, each and every day when I will be at home, I'll keep on thinking about returning back to his church, as if the prayers that he was using on me, they were making me to think about him each and every time. So I kept on going to speak with this prophet until he had told me that he was in love with me. And I thought that he was the one who was going to solve all the issues that me and my husband were facing at that time. So this prophet, what he did to me, I should have suspected that everything that he was doing, it was quite wrong and it was weird and strange. You know, there are those clay plates that they use in the white garment church. It gave me one of that brown clay plate. He told me that I had to take that brown clay plate and I had to place it onto the ground, but the way that he made me to place it on the ground, like the bottom of the clay plate was now on top. So I had closed this clay plate when I had placed it on the ground. And after that, he then told me that he wanted to give me, you know, those stones that they use at the white garment church. So he gave me one of those stones and he said, I want you to take this stone and place it in your mouth. So I did. After I had placed it in my mouth, he then said, return it back to me. So I gave him that stone that he had made me to perform the ritual using that stone. And after I had given him this stone, that was when I started to feel that I was falling in love with him. So I had a friend of mine who ended up going and visiting this prophet, and she was like, the way that my little sister is in love with you, did you do something to her? And that was when that prophet confessed to my friend that at the time when I first came to his church, when he looked at me, he saw that I am such a beautiful woman, and he started to lust after me. But after he had proposed love to me, he then felt that I was not in love with him, so he had to use his spiritual powers. By the moment that I was placing that stone that he had given me in my mouth, that was when he did those rituals against me. My brother, I was heartbroken when I heard this story, but I kept on doing this thing. I kept on dating this prophet because I was like his spiritual prisoner. Anything that he wanted me to do, I'll end up doing it. Let me tell you something about these white garment prophets. Some of them, they are evil-hearted. They do not feel sorry for any woman, especially when you go to them, and if you are beautiful, they are going to take advantage of you. They just want to sleep with each and every woman that will come to them, and they would rather use their spiritual powers to sleep with you than to solve your problems. I kept on sleeping with this prophet, and I didn't even think about my husband anymore. This prophet, he would come to my house, and each and every Thursday, that was when he would come and sleep with me in my house. So in their church, what was said was that the Thursday was a holiday. No one was supposed to have sexual intercourse because you will be preparing to go to church. But this man, when he would come to my house on Thursday, then we will end up sleeping together, and he would say that he does not care about the rules of their church because he was too powerful, and no prophet was able to prophesy against him because he had so many powers. This prophet, each and every time when he would come to my place on a Friday, he would drink his beer and he would smoke his cigarettes. We would go to church. What will surprise me is that the way that he would prophesy when he was drunk, one could actually wonder what was going on. What kind of a spirit was he using to prophesy against all of these people? So in 2019, that is when this thing happened to me. The very first day that I slept with this prophet, me and him, we were just walking along this other dusty road, and during that time, it was the time when people were getting ready to harvest their maize. So this prophet, he just grabbed me by the hand, and I was like his spiritual prisoner. When he grabbed me, I followed him. Then we went into this other field that was a maize field. He looked for a spot, and he took, they have those long white garments of theirs, and he took that very long white garment and he just laid it on the ground, and he told me to sleep on top of that white garment. Then we started to make love, and I was so addicted to this man until the day that I saw that this man, he was using me, and he was a lustful man that kept on lusting after other women. So I then told him that I didn't want to sleep with him anymore. And he said, how dare you try to dump me? But let me tell you that the day that you are going to dump me, that is the day that you are going to suffer. You are going to have bad luck until you die. You are never going to get married. And if you get married, that man that would have married you, he is going to lose all interest that he once had in you. And when I look at my life right now, I try to work in this foreign country where I am. I work very hard, but at the end of the day, I ask myself, what is it that I have done with my life ever since I came here to this foreign land? But I have nothing to show for it. I am just suffering, my brother. And these guys that I date, when a guy proposes love to me because of my beauty, then they will tell me that they love me so much. But with time, what surprises me is that just like what that prophet said, the person will start to lose interest in me. They will just view me as if I am a nobody, I am nothing. just like what that prophet said to me. If there are people that stay close to that farm that is called Ivan's farm, that is along the Chitungweza highway, I am sure they know about this very powerful prophet. I am just scared to mention his name because of his spiritual powers, but this is the evil things that he did to me. I went there because I wanted to fix my marriage, but at the end of the day, I ended up being married by a man who was HIV positive, who has since passed away, and now I am staying with another guy who does not care at all about me because of the bad luck that was cast upon my life because of what this prophet said to me. He said that if you try to dump me, then that will be the end of you. And indeed, when I look at my life, it is slowly going nowhere. I'm still going to these white garment prophet churches, but what I do is that if I attend this church, the moment that I realized that they are men that are now lasting after me, then I will change, then I will go to another white garment prophet's church. I just want to send a warning to the ladies out there. Do not be tempted, no matter how much you are suffering in your life, do not be tempted to go to these white garment churches. If the leader of that church is a man, at least if the leader of that church is a woman, then she can try to assist you. But if it is a man, they are going to take advantage of you, and sexually they are going to abuse you. You will become like a zombie. They will just do whatever that they want with you, and when they are finished with you, they will place their curses on your life. I have bad luck that follows me wherever I go to. If you know anyone who is a prophet who can assist me, please, you can give them my numbers, because I just want someone who can pray for me. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by our dear sister. She's saying that I just want someone who can pray for me. Can someone send a prayer for me? What a sad story. Yo. So if you have ever gone to these white garment prophets trying to fix your relationship, if the prophet has tried to propose love to you, to tell you that they are in love with you, please come and share with me your own side of the story so that we can hear what these prophets are up to. Yo.